shaking your ass on a yacht overseas.
My mind seemed to take a step out, get some air now, let your edge out, to some ice.
Hello, YouTube land. I have missed you. I promise I'm gonna be way more consistent than I've been being. Like, just give me some grace. We are talking about dating today and all the mistakes that you might be making that is ruining your dating life. Listen, I'm not no expert, but I've been in them streets. And I know for a fact that it's stuff that we are doing collectively as women that are the experience. We have to get it together. So I am here to tell you all of the things that I did wrong, that you might be doing wrong, so we can fix it together. Because at the end of the day, we all want a man. We all want to be laid up, booed up. And it's cuffing season. It's cold. It's cold. The heat is on. I got you. None of this is in no particular order. Let me preface by saying, if you are in your early to late teens, early 20s, I'm not talking to you. This video is not for you. You should not be worried about nothing but your education. You should be somewhere shaking your ass on a yacht overseas, spending somebody else's money. This is not for you. Don't be worried about no man, okay? Worry about your education, worry about your money, and worry about popping them cheeks. We cool? Okay. This is in no particular order, by the way. Number one, going into a date at 10 or above. And when I say going into a date at 10, you're already in like with this person and you haven't even hit the first date yet. Big mistake. Men do not go into the date at 10. They go into the date like, I'm going to eat. I'm going to see if she trying to crack. And then whatever happens after that, happens after that. We go in like, I wonder what his last name is. Is it going to fit with my last name? Does he have children? Are my children going to get along with his children? We are at 10, like doing way too much before we even get there, which sets us up for failure. It also creates a dynamic where expectations are way too high. You're going in thinking about rainbows and unicorns when you should be thinking about nothing. This should not make or break your day, make or break your week, but it absolutely can if you go in thinking that it's supposed to be magical and perfect and that this is your person and you haven't even said, waiter, can I have a glass of water? Absolutely not. When you go in with no expectations. You go in with the expectation of meeting a new person and having fun. And if it's not fun, you have to be willing to cut the date short. Oh, I have work early in the morning. I don't know what I got, but I gotta go. Chip, please. You are also protecting your feelings when you go in with no expectations. This person has no access to your emotions at all if you go in even keel and ready to walk away. When you go in already liking this person, already at 10, you go in willing to accept less. And I know that that sounds crazy. Expectations are high, but it's making you want to accept less because you've already made up in your mind that you like this person. Therefore, you have to go in with a mindset that this is not the end all be all. If we don't click, there's somebody else out there for me. Number two, not asking the right questions. Why are you not asking the right questions? What are you even there for? You're there to get to know this person, to see if you want to make it to a second date. Notice I didn't say you're there to see if you want him to be your boyfriend. You're there to see if he deserves a second chance at your time. But you're only going to know that if you ask the right questions. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying lead the conversation because I feel like as women, we do that as well. You sit down, you start drilling with the questions, they're answering and they're not asking you anything back and you're not noticing because you're so hell-bent on making this work. And rule number one, if a man is not asking you questions, he's not interested. He's not interested in getting to know you and he's not a good conversationist. Like, okay, you can answer questions, but you can't ask me no questions? Ugh. You can't be scared to ask the wrong question. There is no wrong question for the right person. This person that you're on a date with, if they truly are interested in you as well, they want to answer your questions and allay all of your fears and get you comfortable enough to want to see them again because he's going to want to see you again if the vibe is there. There's nothing that you can say. What I've learned is there's nothing that you can say to make a man fall off you. In reason. Don't be crazy now. Don't be crazy. Don't sit at the table and say, give me $1,000. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Like that's going to turn him off. But when trying to get to know them, there's no question that you can ask that's going to turn them off, unless you're being intrusive. And there's a difference. Don't be intrusive like, so your mom left you. Why? But do you have children? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you want children? How's the relationship with your ex, the ex baby mom? What's that like? What's your relationship like with your mother? Why did your last relationship end? What does marriage mean to you? What does commitment mean to you? What does honesty mean to you? All of those questions are things that you should be asking to get to know this person, and take note of the answer. Actually listen to hear and not listen to respond. It doesn't necessarily have to be a ping pong of conversation when you're asking those type of questions. You genuinely want to know the answer to those things because they're important, and it gives you an idea of what kind of person you're dealing with. You have to critically think about their responses, because truth be told, there are people in this world who can make poop smell like flowers. Like, they can flower their conversation and powder things so that you don't recognize what they're saying. You think that they're saying something sweet and something grand, and really they are not. So listen intently and critically think about the answers that they are giving you. Even if you have to walk out of that date, not talk to them for a couple of days, and think about the conversation, just so you're not wasting your time. The whole goal about dating, yes, is to get to know people, but also the goal is to not waste your damn time. We don't have no time, especially if you're in my age bracket. I ain't got time to play with you. Number 3, accepting any kind of date or any kind of man out of loneliness. Girl, it ain't that damn much loneliness in the world for you to be accepted any old kind of thing. You are a beautiful, young, intelligent woman, and you deserve to have a good time, and you deserve for somebody to put some effort into you. You ain't got to take no damn walk because somebody asked you out. I want to eat. Feed me. I want mozzarella sticks and a drink. What are we talking about with this? Oh, let's go for a walk. Let's go get a coffee. Now, I'm not opposed to coffee dates. And this is a whole conversation for another topic, but I'm not opposed to coffee dates. But I'm not lacing up no sneakers and taking a walk around the mall or a walk around the block or pulling up so you can fill me out and see if you like me or not. Absolutely not. Don't accept any old thing because he asked. Men are like buses. One is coming every 15 minutes. And yes, I know it's hard to get a quality man to ask you on a date, but a quality man is not going to ask you on no flim-flammy date anyway. He's going to want to take care of you. He's going to want to, and when I say take care of you, Sheer Sevens, I'm saying he's going to want to take care of you in a sense of providing you with a good experience. Your first experience of him, he's going to want to make sure that you walk away feeling like, oh, wow, I want to see this person again. If the vibe is right on the date. You don't have to accept everything. You don't accept everything in friendships. You don't accept everything from your kids. You don't accept everything at your job. Why should a man be any different? You can get you a man, sis. Getting a man is not hard. Getting a date, it's kind of hard. I ain't gonna hold you. You should be willing to be alone before accepting anything. When you accept any kind of date, it gives desperate, because some men will offer you crumbs to see if you'll take it, to see if you will take the crumbs. If you take the crumbs, they already got in my head, yeah, I got me one. I'm about to do the least possible and expect the most out of her. They are priming you to mistreat you. They are looking to see if you are going to accept this kind of bad behavior so they can keep pushing the envelope. Because on the first date, if it's already cruddy, don't expect it to get better. And that's my number 4 tip, my invisible number 4 tip. However it starts is how it's going to keep going. You can't expect a man to meet you and not be romantic and then a year down the line turn into Mr. Casanova. He's not going to do it. He's never had to do it. You've never put those expectations on him. And then in a year you pop up and say, Where are my flowers? Miss, I've never bought you a thing in this relationship. Why are you all of a sudden now wanting flowers? However it starts is how it's going to progress and eventually how it ends. Whatever red flags were in the beginning are the red flags that are going to eventually end the relationship. Trust me, girl. I know. When you accept less, that is emotionally dangerous. You are internally, subconsciously telling yourself you deserve less. Let's separate this from dating for a second and talk about our mental health and our self-love and our self-worth and how we view ourselves. You are priming your brain to accept less because that's how you view yourself and that's what you think of yourself. Subconsciously, whether you know it or not, accepting the bare minimum and accepting less is chipping away at your self-esteem. Because in the end, when it doesn't work, or if it does work, because sometimes people work out in the craziest of circumstances, you are chipping away at who you are and what you deserve. You're telling yourself, how could this not have worked out? I accepted the bare minimum and I still didn't get enough. Newsflash, if you ask for nothing, you're going to get nothing. Don't lace up them felines, sis. Do not lace up them felines and take that goddamn walk. Make that man buy you mozzarella sticks. This is tip number 5. Going to them for the date. No, 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 and no. First of all, you want to be on your playing field where you're comfortable, where you know where you're at. For nothing else, for safety reasons. Don't ever let a man take you out of your element to where you are jeopardizing your safety. We're not doing that in 2024, 2025. We're not doing that. That man wants to meet you. That man wants to see you. He can come to where you are. Or you guys can meet in a safe middle. You're not driving an hour to him for this date. All of these things I'm speaking from experience. I have set myself up so bad sometimes that I'd be like, God damn. Do not go to him for the date. If he is interested in you and he wants to take you out, he is also going to be willing to come to you. Also, if you go all the way out there and he stands you up, call the police. Call the police right now. And trust me, that has happened to me. I have driven all the way out somewhere and then the person stood me up, talked to me on the phone, and then stood me up while I was waiting. Don't go to their location, to their playing field. Make them come to your playing field, or you go to a playing field that is in the center. So to recap, don't go into the date already in like with the person. Don't go into the date with expectations. Ask the right questions. Listen to the answer. Critically think about the answers. Don't accept any date out of loneliness. You are worth more than that. You will find somebody. You don't have to do all of that. Number 4, do not go to them for the date. Do not drive to their territory for the date. If they like you, if they want to meet you, if they're interested in you, they will have no problem meeting you in a safe middle or coming to your side of town. It also shows that they are not selfish. I hope that these tips help. Please like, subscribe, thumbs me up, comment. I can do a part 2 if you need, because when your good sis was in these streets, I was messing up left and right. I got lessons for days. I can help you for days, honey. Like and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Bye, Whisper Sisters.